Hello everyone. In this week, we are going to discuss about multidimensional array and basics of pointers. So first we will discuss what is a multidimensional array, and then we are going to discuss what are the pointers. So let's talk about multidimensional array. So in multidimensional array, the most common multidimensional array is 2D arrays. A two-dimensional array is specified using two subscript. So it will work row wise also and column wise also. C++ considers 2D array as an array of 1D arrays. What does it mean when I say that C++ consider 2D arrays as an array of 1D array? So for example, I write A3 6. So it means, see, first subscript denotes the rows and second subscript denotes the columns. Okay, and when I write A36, it means there are three arrays of size 6. There are three arrays, see, 1, 2 and 3. There are three arrays of size 6. So C++ in compiler's memory, 2D arrays are stored as array of 1D array. So there are three arrays of size 6. So this is something array of number of rows is 3 and number of columns are 6. So we declare it like int array number of rows, whatever you write, rows and columns. So these arrays are called as 2D arrays, or sometimes we call them matrices. You have read matrices in mathematics. So to represent the matrices, we always use two-dimensional arrays. So array 2 5. Array 2 5 means third value in the sixth column. Third value in the sixth column, or third value in third row sixth column. Array 0 4 first value in the fifth column. The declaration must specify the rows and number of columns, and both must be constant like 1D array. It cannot be a variable. Like 1D array, it cannot be a variable. So these are called two-dimensional arrays. Now let's check about some more details. So declaration of two-dimensional array, as I told you, that you will first write data type and then array name, then row size and column size. For example, if we want to store the marks obtained in 3 students in 5 different subjects, then we can write int marks 3 and 5. So number of students is 3 and subjects are 5. So this is in this type of means, like if you think there's in real world where we can use this type of situation. For example, we want to store marks of all students in all subjects. So let's say there are 50 students in a group, subjects are 6, so 50 and 6. So we can declare array like A 50 and 6. So this is called two-dimensional array. Now the question is how to initialize this two-dimensional array, how to like print this two-dimensional array. So address of a two-dimensional array is that we will discuss it in later. Now we will check how to initialize two-dimensional array. So as initialization comes, if we want to initialize a two-dimensional array, then it means int marks 2 3. This is an array which has 2 rows and 3 columns. Then if you give 90, means like 1D array, comma comma comma, you can separate it by comma. It will always assign it because 2 rows, number of rows is 2 and number of columns are 3. So your array will look like this. This is 90 87 78 90 87 78 68 62 and 61. Now either you can write it likewise or you can separate them with curly bracket. For every row you can separate, not for column, for every row you can separate it with curly bracket. In order to initialize the entire 2D array to 0, if you want to assign all the elements to 0, you could write int marks. Let's say my array's name is marks, array is 2 3, 2 rows and 3 columns, and I want to assign all the elements to 0. Simply I can write it 0. Now every element of this two-dimensional array is going to be 0. Similarly, if you will assign only one row, then automatically rest element will initialize to, rest element will set to 0. Now let's see this on Visual Studio. How does this work? Say I declare the same array marks with 2 rows and 3 columns, and let's write it likewise, like 90, 12, 45, 63, 78 and 85. So now let's say we want to know that which element is at second row and third column. So what should be the value second row and third column? This is for first row, this is for second row, and third column is 85. So let's check it. One. Let me check it. Why it is giving us 1? Second row and third column. Okay. Why it is giving us 1? Because I say there are second row and third column. So it should be second row 0 and 1. Okay. First row and second column. Then it will be, because array index starts with 0. I'm sorry. See, it is 85. Okay, so this is how you can initialize. Another thing, we can initialize it, we can separate it with row wise and inside rows also. So now we have 2 rows. So first row will have 90, 12, 45 and second row will have 63, 78 and 85. So let's write it. Again it is going to give us 85. Then let's say we want to initialize all the elements with 0. So we will simply write here 0. And every element of this matrix or this 2D array will be 0. Let's write one more element. Cout marks 0 and column number 2. So all the elements of this matrix will be 0. All the elements of this matrix will be 0. If I write here only 90, 52, 65 and then run it, so it means it is going to assign in first row 90, 52 and 65 because first row, second column, and first row, third column, and then rest all elements will be 0. So this is how you can initialize a two-dimensional array. Besides this, we can initialize two-dimensional array using for loop also. So let's say cout input array elements, and because we have to initialize row wise also and column wise also, so it means we have to take 2 loops, nested loops. So let's say for int I is equal to 0, first loop is for row and second loop is for column, I less than 2, I plus plus. So just to keep this in mind that first loop is for row, I write is row, okay, and second loop is for column. So let's write it here. For int column is equal to 0, starting from 0 it will go up to less than 3 and then column plus plus. And let's say cin marks of row and column. Now let's say we want to display this array. So similarly inside the loop we can write cout. So first let's run it And just to make a difference, I always write here Cout and line Cout array elements are now let's run it. So in total elements will be 2 rows and 3 columns. So 2 into 3, this array will have 6 elements. So let's say we are going to enter 6 elements, 3, 2, 6, 4, 5, 6. So array elements are 3, 2, 6, 4, 5, 6. So just for formatting purpose, so that it will look like a table, first we should insert here a tab for row. Okay, and then after this loop we will add end line, so that after for every row it should come to a next line. So now let's say 2, 3, 6, 5, 8, 9. 2, 3, 6, 5, 8, 9. So this is how we can initialize a two-dimensional array. What is a two-dimensional array? Why we need a two-dimensional array? And how to initialize, how to display a two-dimensional array. So in the next lecture, we are going to discuss about some operations available for two-dimensional array. Thank you.